Well, we're back at it. We crossed the river down below us here. Pickup's on the other side. Cross the river, and we're gonna head up and do a little elk hunting. And we were gonna do a little intro down below, but it was raining on us. We didn't want the camera wet, so we're about a quarter of the way up where we're going. And on this trip, we decided to have our packs completely ready when we left the house. We've got them completely set up for everything we need for about 5 or 6 days out. And the rest of the gear is in the pickup, locked up. So if we get back and we want to go somewhere else, we're ready to go somewhere else. If not, we can set up camp here. So, it helps us be flexible. I'd also let us, as soon as we got here, we're out the door. So, like I said, we're about a quarter of the way up where we're going. We've came up this far. It was raining on us pretty good. Got really muggy when it started doing that because it gets hot in this country. But this will knock it down and hopefully get some elk going.
Yeah.
We're hoping.
Yeah, totally looking forward to it. I got a little nervous when we got to the river because I got to tell you, it's been 15 years since we put out 2 weeks in Purgatory.
Right, been a dozen since we've hunted
this
country. So,
and we're only getting older and wiser.
Right,
that's what it is.
Right. The USS Purgatory fell apart, and so now we got a pack raft. We got a PR-49 pack raft from out of Alaska, and so we paddled across in it, and it held us in all our gear. We did take a couple of snapshots of it, but like I said, it was kind of rainy. We'll get some footage of it later. But anyway, that's what we did on this one. We crossed the river, and we are off to elk hunting. We're going to head towards the top where we can see a little better. It's a little long in the tooth to be doing this kind of stuff, so we are going to try to limit the trips up and down and hopefully be a little wiser about it than we were when we were younger.
So you can see the landscape behind us is pretty brutal, and the landscape behind the camera looks pretty much the same.
Yeah.
And so hopefully, tomorrow we should be on top over there, and or find elk along the way. We'll pant around and show you. But
so far we've come up the easy part.
Yeah, the easy part's done.
So anyway, so we're off. We'll see what happens.
Day one.
Yep.
Well, Joe spotted these bear they're probably, 500 yards away from us. There's mama bear and there's 3 cubs in there somewhere. Good spot, Joe.
Thanks. It's been a while.
Yeah?
I just spotted them a couple of bucks. I don't know, I've seen some does, but...
Yeah, for the first day just getting here, we haven't seen much. So, 4 bear and 2 bucks.
Yeah, most of the time we've had our nose 6 inches away from the bank. That's a steep hill right there.
Yeah, no kidding, huh?
Over there was a steep one.
It's tough country.
Yeah, we're gonna keep drinking the water. We just find a lot of the hill. It's pretty humid out, pretty muggy.
Yeah, I like being in the wind. It's a lot better.
Yeah, about 30 degrees cooler when you're not walking up. It's amazing how that works. So we're better than halfway up now, and there's a mama bear and 3 babies over there. They're kind of not super blonde, but brown face definitely. But mom and 3 of this year's babies, and so we stopped, take a little break because we just came up a real steep hill for about an hour, and so anyway, we don't want to kill ourselves getting old and all that stuff. So we're down in some water and taking a little break and looking at the bears.
We were on the other side of the drainage. Figured out that we wanted to be on this ridge here, and we picked the best way to get over. And coming up this one, I'm not kidding. You're touching the ground. So
the best way looked good on paper.
Yeah,
it was the least brushy way.
It was definitely the way to go, but it was.
But yeah, you had your nose in the dirt half the time because it's just right there. But that's the only thing I wonder about that is it's not as far, and we weren't in a hurry, but you're on your toes the whole time. So you kind of, we got a week's worth of stuff, 6 days worth of stuff in our packs, and so when you're on your toes going up steep all the time, you're kind of like, wow, you hope that doesn't end up getting the hamstrings after a while, but we're not getting too carried away, because we're gonna be here 2 weeks. So
a couple miles into it, I'm still pretty good.
We're looking good.
Well, we're home for the night. It's probably gonna rain, so put this camera in the dry bag, throw everything outside, and that's my spot. Joe gets the ground, so he was out looking for elk. He hasn't put a sleep bag in there yet. So that tent has done wonders for us.
It saved our ass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That was one of your best finds ever.
Hey, that dude has saved our butt. It weighs 11 ounces. Got to find 2 sticks and have a couple steaks with it. And that thing has saved our butt. We've been in that thing when it has just been a torrential downpour all night and gone up and went hunting. And we've also done that without it. And believe me, it's better to have it. So.
These old homesteads are pretty cool. So everybody's gone, but the fruit trees remain. So.
A little trip in here wouldn't be the same without finding the old plum tree. So the old homestead don't look much different. The hole in the ground over the house is still there. Steps are still there. Brush over it's still there. That little plum tree is still here.
These are way better than those apples.
Ah, we haven't been in there nearly long enough for those apples to be good yet.
Day 2 and I'm already tired.
Jolly Rancher Kool-Aid, green apple.
That's,
Jolly Rancher.
That's bullshit.
What? If you'd been nice to me, I'd share it, but forget it.
You're holding out. Go ahead and take 2 of them.
Yeah. I hate to give you one, but I only have 2.
This is the second bull we've seen today. So the first one was about the same amount of distance away, and they smelled us, and it's not good footage, so we didn't film anything. So anyway, we're starting to find them now.
If we ever draw a sheep or a goat tag, I think we'll be ready.
Yeah, no kidding. This is some brutal.
This is Pleasant Valley.
Yeah, I don't know who named it, but
Yeah, but we don't like him.
yeah, he's a jerk. So those elk. Alright. Well, it's day 3. This morning Joe spotted a herd of elk, and he's out glassing them right now. They were probably 2 miles away when he spotted them. We know there's a bull in the group. He's a good bull. And we've cut half that distance. We figured we'd just give a quick update before taking our sneaky time. So anyway, hey buddy.
Hey, so that bull's up and he's getting all his cows up. Some of the cows already started walking towards that patch of timber.
Okay.
Kind of where we figured they'd go when it started to warm up.
So, he got away. The weather came in, and after that footage, they fed out there, and the wind started swirling, and they ran back, and it's a fiasco. Basically, the herd broke up. The bull went down here, across that drainage, back up into a saddle over there. So we are side hilling across here, up high, underneath those bluffs, and we're going to sleep there tonight, so we can hopefully see them in the morning.
The good side is he's going towards the pickup.
Yes.
If he went the other way, he would have got away.
What's that?
If he went the other way, he would have got away.
Yeah. Yeah. This here's a kind of little ledge they sleep on, and they sure got a good view. So. One of those bulls is the one we've been chasing all morning.
I prefer to think of it as herding him back to the pickup.
They are not messing around.
They're both 6 points. 6 by 6.
God, I wish we were closer.
Yeah, about 30 yards away. Be good.
Yeah, no kidding. Damn it.
Getting too dark.
No, it's just they move. It's hard to lock in position because they're all over the place.
This delay looking pretty good.
It's okay.
Yeah, 'cause another 15 minutes it'll be completely dark.
Right.
Cows look like that one. Cows all went right back towards where that one was laying that you saw by herself earlier.
Okay.
So they kind of went that way.
God, if we had about an hour, we'd run down there and kill one.
Yeah. No, we didn't. But you're right. Yeah, we are. I just wish we had more daylight for the filming even. Oh, you can see them okay. I mean, it's getting dark.
See the square?
Yeah.
It's focused on them,
Oh, right on.
so it's following them.
Right on.
I'm taking photographs.
Are you? Cool.
Taking lots.
Maybe they'll get hooked together and we can run down and shoot them both.
You got your tag?
Look at me be a sportsman.
Oh, man. How was that show, Joe?
That was good. It's funny because that bull finally right there looked to be pretty evenly matched. But that one kept kind of getting that other one twisted around a little bit. When they finally ran him off, the one that got run off to where the cows had went.
Yeah.
So I don't think that guy's strategized that very well.
As soon as we got here, they got to fight. So,
Yeah. Well, being the sportsman I am, I was hoping that they'd lock their horns together and get stuck. We could go get them both. Didn't happen.
that's a twofer.
Damn, darn the bad luck. Yeah. Now that was pretty cool.
I see the cows still there.
They looked like they were pretty evenly matched. Actually, that one up high is one of the bulls. But the one Jaysen spotted him actually yesterday evening, and then we saw him again this morning. And he was a 6-point. But then the one we saw over here, Jaysen was pointing at later this morning, we didn't like the spot the first one was in. We didn't think it was real sneakable. And so we went over here and we found this other one. It was a little bit bigger 6-point. And those are the two ended up, we spooked them, he came back, the others were coming this way, and we bumped them into each other down here and we started a big fight.
We do that.
So we don't know where they're going to end up. But yeah, if it's back over there, it's going to be a real bummer. Because it wasn't very fun crossing that top of that straw.
The moon's getting full.
Yeah, a couple days away. A day or two. Looks like. Whether they're playing or beating, it looks pretty cool.
Oh, there they go.
Are you getting that?
I get everything.
Okay, well, I didn't know if you had it all. Okay, good. I think they're like last year's cubs, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe they're a little bigger than that. It's hard to tell. It's a little big. Everything around here wants to fight.
The brown one's got him in a headlock. Kind of like last night's fight. I wish we were about 800 yards closer.
Yeah, that'd be a good one to film right there. Filming that up close would be cool. And if you shot one up, then we'd be fighting too.
It's a long ways to back a bear.
That's a long ways to back. So to update, yesterday we were out on that ridge Jason's pointing at, and just a second ago he showed some footage of a bull with the doubler on, and he was one of the two 6-points that got in a fight last night right below where we are now. And it started yesterday afternoon. We were sneaking on them in the timber to the left of where they are now. And so we were sneaking down there, and we'd spent a couple hours. They were bedded down. We were right on the edge of them. And about the time they started moving around, a squall came in, and the wind just started going back and forth. It started raining pretty good, and it just got blustery going every which way, and pretty soon the elk were going every which way. So they went off out into that flat, kind of where they are now to the right, and they ended up coming over below us where that bull met up with a bull coming from the other way, and they got in a fight last night. But when that happened last night, we left from over there. And we left from over there where they are now, when we came across the top of this draw. Jaysen will pan and show you. And we came across the top of the draw and spent the night about where we are right now, about 24 hours ago. Today we got up, and this morning when we saw one bull right over here in this draw, and we saw him, and he had, I don't know, a half dozen cows. And so we hadn't crossed any fresh water in 2 days, and we were out. So once we saw them feeding down in a draw, we hid down this other draw down in the bottom of the canyon and got water. And when we got back up, we figured they'd bedded for the day, so we kind of waited for the afternoon. The afternoon came, they were nowhere to be seen. And we did spook 5 cows getting water that went back up where that bull is now. And now, like I said, about 24 hours later, we're back up. And he's back where we started yesterday, and then we don't got enough daylight to get over there, so we're gonna, in this too.
The truck's a long ways that way, so yesterday we were kind of rooting them on.
Yeah, we were herding them to the track. That was the plan. Yeah.
Today not so much because he's going that way, but we're gonna follow him. We're gonna go back. We're gonna honey badger back that way.
Right.
And see if we can cut him off on the other pass.
Right, and we've got enough water now for, a day and a half or so, and if if we need to, we can always go off the other side of that down into a big creek that's got water.
It's a long ways in the wrong direction. One of them bellied back.
Yeah.
Good job. Well, you can see it's getting pretty windy, so we're on basically a rock shelf, and so we use the rocks to tie down since we can't use our stakes. So anyway, that's home. We got sticks and rocks and a tent. We got a feeling some weather's blowing in. So
yeah, well, as you can see, if Jaysen pans, you'll see that flat spots are at a premium. This whole ridge is a solid rock, but the wind's a little worse out on the main ridge. On this backside, there's still a little bit of wind here, but not as bad as out there. But anyway, this is where we want to be in the morning, so we'll do what we need to be here. There's a herd of elk, I don't know, half mile or better, down 3/4 of a mile.
with a good bull that you can tell from
Yeah,
here.
that you can tell is a good bull. And going down this ridge, we're going to hunt the other side on the way down, because we don't anticipate those going too far if we don't push them. So we'll hunt this next canyon on the way down, keeping an eye on both sides. And if we get sidetracked or not, we know there's a herd down there. Just better back down again, facing us. Pictures too. Which button is it? Are you recording? Yeah, I'm recording. Go ahead and look through the picture. Man, I know it's a long ways, but what the heck? He just laid down. About a couple 100 yards still to the elk. The going's okay through this. Yeah. The wind's helping for the noise. Right. Yeah, as long as you don't make no rock on rock or crashes, I think you'll be okay. Right. Jaysen started this sneak. In the creek bed sneak part. We started about a half mile away. Had to cross some open, but about a quarter mile from the elk, Jaysen got in this creek. And he's been sneaking, and now we're about 200 yards out, but it's really open and they can see pretty much every direction. It's a good 6-point in there. Problem is he's got 20 cows. Eyes all directions. Yeah. Keep in mind when they do get up this afternoon, if they go down, they might go down because the spring is down there. There's no water up here. They go get that spring and get a drink, they may feed back up. So if they do feed away, I wouldn't sweat it too much. It might be a game of patience. Yeah, we're really good at that. Yeah, we're good at that. Anyway, good luck, man. Thanks. We're sneaking up on the only way we can, which isn't ideal, but if they see you, you might get away with it. If they smell you, you're that's not the one that's got the worst one. Okay, here's the one that's got the worst one. Maybe. The one she wasn't even putting it on the ground, and you could see the hoof curled up. There might be 3 cows in there that have got that, Jaysen. Damn, that looks blurry. Don't autofocus. It's the same bull. I don't think that's the same bull.
The hunting's been a little different. The last time we were here, we've seen 6 bulls. Every bull we've seen has been a 6-point. One of them a little better than average. The other ones were, I mean, they were good 6-point bulls that had cows. We have not seen a satellite bull yet. We have not seen a spike. No younger bulls at all. I mean, everything we've seen has been a decent 6-point with one pretty good one. So it doesn't necessarily bode well for the future, maybe. But we're used to, when we were hunting this regularly, we were seeing a lot more elk.
A lot more younger bulls.
Yeah, a
That's
lot
what
more
we're
younger.
used to.
They're just, and the overall elk numbers appear to be down. Now, we did talk to a guy that's been on top, and it sounds like it's been pretty quiet up there too. We did see the herd that had the bigger bull in it had 3 cows that were limping, and 2 of them wouldn't even put their foot down, and it was all on their back legs. The one was kind of a slight limp. The other 2 wouldn't put any weight on it, and one of them we could see with binoculars that the hoof had curved up, and it looked like, I've seen some pictures of it on the internet, of some sort of a hoof disease that's going around. And so when we were in town, we asked a guy that we saw in the sporting goods store if he'd seen any of that around, and he said, we don't have that around here. And we're like, well, I'm afraid you might.
Yeah.
And, so anyway, we're going to let the Fish and Game know on our way out, or get with them later on. We didn't see any of those guys. Yeah, last week when those 2 bulls that were fighting, one of the bulls, they both had a herd of about a dozen elk, and one of those was the one that we got in the weather kind of blustery and going every which way. Well, they smelled us and they took off. Well, that kind of ran him into that other bull, and his herd were coming down out of another canyon, and they kind of got to this bench on the ridge at the same time. But after that, the next morning, we kind of inadvertently spooked him again. And so after that, we just, like Jaysen said, we left him. And that's been, 5 days now. So we thought, well, we'll go hunt somewhere else and let him settle down. So we went back up to the top, over the top, the other side, and hunted over there. And that's when we got into some of them other ones. We spooked all them this way. So somewhere in here, because they're all piled up in one, well, they're not going to be in one spot. But anyway, we'd been running them around, but we'd given these a break. So now we're going to, hoping they settle down and come back, but that's something we can do.
Not sure what day of the hunt it is, but we've topped out. We're up in the fog and clouds, and it's truly beautiful up here, and it's I'm in a good mood, but I'm still frustrated because we're not seeing the hundreds of elk that I wanted to see. But I don't know. But I don't know how many times I'm going to make it back here, so it's also kind of sad.
Right.
So we just wanted to give an update in one of our favorite spots on the planet.
Right. Well, and that's kind of what I was going to say, is that it is kind of bittersweet because this is probably my last time here. Because we hunted this, I don't know, 6 or 7 years in a row, maybe a little more if we count coming off the top before they closed the road. Now we hunted from the river a 6, 4, 5, 6 years, and then we got away from it for a while. And this country thinks you're old when you're 30, and we're past that. So I wanted to do one last trip, and we've been, the last week and a half, we've been up to the top 2, 3 different times, and this is probably it. So it is. It's kind of sad because it's beautiful, and but the only real change we've had since our last update yesterday is it rained nonstop all night. Wind blew about 30, 40 miles an hour. But we survived it. We got that little Kafaru teepee tent. We made it. But anyway, this morning we did see a couple herds of elk, but they were a long ways away in the wrong direction.
So we've got about 2 or 3 more days of hunting. So we're not like we're done here, but this will be the last time to see this view. And so we just kind of wanted to stop and reflect on it a little bit, because we've had a lot of really good times here and saw some neat stuff over the years, but it's been pretty brutal too.
He's right there. He's the big snake. Is that thing running?
Yeah.
You're not even looking.
Yeah, it's running.
Ooh. I got something on this trip. Yeah. Oh, he's right. Oh, he's dead.
Oh, yeah.
He's right there.
How many buttons you got?
We'll go grab him. Oh, he's still alive. Give me that rock. I think I got him in the head.
How many buttons you got? 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 or 8.
Trophy.
That might be that bull from the other day, Jason. I gotta try to see that one. Okay.
Yeah, there's a couple ways.
That's zoomed all the way, right?
Yeah, it's zoomed all the way. Well, you don't see this every day. The base of this pine is so hollow. It's burned all the way through in multiple places. I don't understand how it's still standing. Much less having green needles on top. It's amazing. It should be.
All right, well, we're bailing. We're bailing, we give up. Too old for this place.
Yeah, so we're gonna go to a different spot. We're gonna something a little less steep that we know of, that we've seen elk in before. So who knows? Well, we're gonna keep going, but
We're gonna beat these last couple minutes of daylight, so we're going.
yeah. Man, look at us in tandem. All right. Whoa. Joe.
Officially retired from crossing this river to hunt it.
Amen.
You know what? We've been doing it for 20 years now. Off and on, not every year, but I don't regret one time. It's been a blast. I've loved every minute of it.
Yeah.
But
Thanks for getting me involved in this.
no, I mean, I've been shooting. I can adult it. It was just so much fun. Everyone has been a blast. This is just getting too much. And we just come down off of that up there in less than an hour, so we could get across this river
Before dark.
before dark. And it was 6 o'clock when we were on top of that right there. And it doesn't really look like it usually in the video.
You jumped out of airplanes lower than that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Oh shit. But anyway, that was a lot easier. A lot easier.
All right, so we're gonna find us a new destination. We got a plan.
Yeah, good plan.
I always have plans.